Hello and welcome to a brief overview of the Medic in Team Fortress 2. So, Medic. Pros of playing as a Medic. You heal your teammates and you move slightly faster than everybody else. You're the second fastest class in the game with a move speed of 106% of the normal move speed. So, it's not much faster. You move pretty much the same speed, but it's technically slightly faster. Now, you heal your teammates with the Medigun, and you can also heal them to 150% of their normal maximum health. So if they theoretically had 100 health as a normal maximum, you could then heal them up to 150 health. So if they're like a soldier, you can buff them to 300 health, and a heavy you can buff to 450 health. This overheal will gradually decrease over time. It'll degenerate and eventually they'll go back to their normal maximum health, but you can keep healing them and keep it up. Now, you heal yourself slightly. You heal at a rate of 3 per second normally, and after 10 seconds of not taking any damage, you move up to a rate of healing yourself of 6 damage per second. Now, on to your weapons. Your needle gun. By the way, your needle gun and your bone saw should really be used only in very, very dire situations. Only use these when they're to save yourself. Usually you want to just let your healing target deal with them for you. So your needle gun does 12 per shot to close range and 5 per shot at a longer range. Your bone saw, it does 195 on a crit and 65 on a normal hit. There you go. They're fairly basic weapons. Now your secondary, your medigun. You don't use this to attack enemies, you use it to heal your team. So you just click, you enter healing mode, and then you run it over your teammate and you'll snap a healing beam to them. This healing beam will stay on them as long as they are within a certain range of you. It doesn't matter where you're pointing or where they're pointing. Yeah, as long as they are within a certain range of you and you have line of sight, so you can heal them. So you can just turn around, and even if they're standing right there and you're pointing this way, you're still healing them. Doesn't matter. Now, with this, healing goes out at a rate of 24 per second in combat, meaning if they've taken damage in like the last 10 seconds or something. So if they haven't taken any damage in the last 10 seconds, then you start to heal them at a rate of about 72 per second. So if somebody's been out of combat for a while, you can quickly, very, very quickly snap their health bar up. Now, you also have an uber charge. I've prepared one already for this, but normally you'll have to build it. Now, when you deploy your uber charge, it's just done by right-clicking. You go all shiny, and your healing target will go all shiny. You'll both look something like this. Now, this uber charge makes you and your healing target completely impervious to damage for 8 seconds. This is best used to jump into an area with sentries or a lot of enemies and do a lot of damage. Just try to make sure that your healing target is all reloaded and ready to go. Now, when you're building an uber, you will, while healing somebody, you will charge at a rate of 2.5% per second. This charge only happens if they don't have a full overheal. So you can buff people and pop them up to a higher health, but you shouldn't stay on somebody that already has a lot of health. You should switch off to another teammate and heal them up. Because hey, you now have 2 people with overheals and you're building at a faster rate. So you'll have an uber charge faster. I believe the fastest time you can get an uber charge up is 40 seconds with this. So, also, important thing, double healing is a bad thing. You shouldn't do it. What I mean is, if you have a second medic and they are healing the same person that you're healing, then the uber charge rate for both of you is halved. So instead of building at 2.5 per second, you're now building at 1.25. This happens with other medics, dispensers, and the payload cart. So if somebody else is being healed by something, try not to heal them as well, because you'll just build your Uber a lot slower. If there's no one else around, by all means heal them. You're still building something, but try to make sure that you're healing off people that aren't already fully healed or don't have medics on them. Other than that, so what you should definitely watch out for are spies and snipers. Try and stay out of sniper lanes. You'll start to notice them as you play medic, because it'll be where you're getting headshot all the time. If you see a sniper off in the distance, try and get around a corner and make sure that you're healing from there, and be very, very paranoid of spies. So try and alert your team if you think there's a spy. Just hit voice menu 2, which I believe is default X, and then hit 2 to call spy and say, hey, I think there's a spy over there, you should deal with it. And just whatever you do, don't turn your back to them. Make absolutely certain that they don't get a shot at your back, because that is the worst thing you can let them do. Other than that, oh yes, with Uber charges, if you die with a full Uber charge, you lose it. You go back to 0, unless you have a certain item equipped, but ignore that, we'll get into that later. You go back to 0%. So if you are about to die and there's no one around you, you might as well just pop your Uber charge as fast as you can, because it's better to pop your Uber charge than to drop it, because it's better for you to be alive and at least get back to your team's lines and heal them than to have to wait through a respawn counter and not being able to heal them. So, as the saying goes, pop it, don't drop it. Make sure you heal your team and try and stay alive. Other than that, have fun and look out for snipers and spies. Have fun playing medic.